YouTube. What's going on, man? We on day 7 out of 7 of our Atomic Habits book, bro. In this video, I'm gonna do something a little different, bro. I'm gonna go no cuts, just real, raw, authentic. I'm gonna go straight out the dome, not gonna pause, none of that, bro. And basically, in this video, I'm gonna give y'all my main takeaways from like the whole book. You feel me? I've been summarizing chapter by chapter, and we got probably like 3 chapters left, but in this last day, I'm gonna choose not to go over those 3 chapters and really give you the most powerful points that I found off from this chapter that for the whole book that really just changed my life. And the first one is like delayed gratification. Like the book talks about how delayed gratification is what we need and how we always want immediate gratification. And I know I talk about this metaphor all the time, but like the bamboo metaphor, the stone cutter metaphor, like it takes time to get where you want, but you have to put in those reps where you're not seeing anything to ultimately get where you want to be. And like I just relate this to so many things in my life. Because like this YouTube, it's literally the same thing like they're talking about in the book. Like right now, I feel like a lot of people aren't seeing my YouTube videos, but in hindsight, it's gonna be 2020 one day. It's gonna be like, dang, people are gonna see my YouTube videos. This is gonna take one video, but that one video that's gonna blow up for me didn't come from just that one day of posting. It came from consecutively posting, keep posting. So basically, what I'm trying to say is like, delayed gratification is what you need. That's probably my biggest takeaway from this book. It really talked about delayed gratification. Like you have to have it. And if you just expect something right now, you're gonna be just SOL, because delayed gratification is something that you have to wait on, and it takes discipline. It takes the right mindset to know that delayed gratification is coming, that you can't just expect it to happen at once. Like you have to put in those reps to get it, because it's really better when you get delayed gratification, because when you get something immediately, you're not gonna know what to do with it. Like when something happens quick and something happens easy, probably like I really say 10 times out of 10, like you're not gonna want that, because you're not gonna be ready for it, and you're probably not gonna know what to do with it. But when you stay down, keep working, and don't look at the results and don't have the end goal in mind, but doing something that you really love and enjoy. And when you get the end goal, reap the benefits of your labor, you're gonna enjoy it so much more. And then you're gonna know what it feels like to have to stay down with something, really work for it. And you're really gonna know what to do with it when you start getting money off of something that you've been staying down and working for so long, and not worry about the results at the immediate time of action. But that's probably the first thing that I'd say that was really kind of life-changing for me in this book. Like just delayed gratification was really just life-changing for me in this book. Another thing was your environment. And I have a friend who I really just got back into recent contact with, and I told him I'm gonna give him this book after I made this last video. But he was telling me about his environment, and it's crazy because in his book it talks about how your environment can shape who you are, shape what you do. And a lot of people think they have such a strong mind that their environment isn't gonna make them who they are. And granted, there are some people like that, but I don't believe in that. I think if you hang around some achievers, some people who are really trying to get their grind up, get a hustle on, you have no choice but to follow to suit with that. But if you hang around some people who are robbing, doing drugs and all that, and you think you got the strongest mind in the world, you're gonna succumb to that. Like you can't hang around people who aren't on the same like mind level that you are and expect to elevate. You know what I mean? You got to hang around like-minded people, and the book literally talks about that. It talks about how your environment affects your habits, and if you need to change your habits, you need to change your environment. If you want to have bad habits, your habits are gonna be around bad people. That's where you're gonna perform your bad habits. But you want to have good habits, you need to surround yourself around people who are performing good habits, performing things that you want to perform. Your environment matters so much. Like if you're around the wrong people, like that can just put so much bad energy to your life. You have to change your environment. You want to be around people who are achievers, people who are doing the same thing you want to do. And my friend was telling me, he's like, man, like I was just around my environment. It was just causing me to do certain things. Like that's why I'm glad I started talking back to you. I'm glad like we got back working out with each other, because like you have such a different mindset than the people I was hanging around. It's like, dang, like how, I don't know. It's just tough because like he's telling me like my mindset is different from people he's hanging around. I think my mindset's pretty good, and I know other people's mindset's probably worse than mine, but it's just like, dang, your environment really does shape how you function, how you react, and how you do certain things. And when we first started working out, I gave him a buzz like, read this book. It's the Millionaire Fashion Night. If you haven't read that book, I had a video about it on this channel. But I gave him the book and like, just read the chapter. Read the chapter and tell me what you think about it. And the first day he didn't read the chapter, and I kept telling him, bro, read the chapter. You got something in your hands that can change your life. And next day he came back, he was like, bro, I read the chapter, and it was really kind of weird. Like, it changed my, it was like weird because I read a book. Like, I'm not really a reader, but it was interesting. It caught my attention. And that was just the power of his environment. Like, I'm telling him, like, bro, read the book. I read the book. You read the book. I'm telling you, this can help you. And he messed around, read a chapter. Like, that's him stepping outside his comfort zone, doing something that he probably wouldn't do if he's not surrounded by the same like-minded people, some people who are trying to elevate themselves. But that's just a real-life example that, like, correlates with the book. But the other thing I had was the 2-minute rule has really, really, really changed my life. Oh, my goodness. When I read this book and I found out the 2-minute rule, he talks about doing something, a new habit or something just for 2 minutes. And I was like, this does not, it's no way this works. So me being the person I am, I'm gonna try it out. Because what do I have to lose? Like, trying something for 2 minutes, it's not gonna be not gonna lose. Bro, when I tell y'all I got into a routine at work strictly off the 2-minute rule, it's insane. When I first started doing 2-minute rule, I got a book and I was like, I wasn't really a big reader. And I was like, I'm gonna read this book for 2 minutes. In this book, I say I'm gonna read a book for 2 minutes. And I read a book for 2 minutes, probably for like 2-3 days. And then I was like, bro, I'm reading a book for 2 minutes. Hey, this is kind of crazy, but it's like, I'm enjoying it. And it would take, the chapters in there, it would take me like longer than 2 minutes to read. So I'm like, I might as well finish the whole chapter. I started reading a chapter a day. And then I started to say like, I want to start journaling. So then I come into work, I journal for 2 minutes. I set a timer on my phone, journal for 2 minutes, get my thoughts out on pen and paper. And then after those 2 minutes, I stopped. And then I went and have all my thoughts on that paper. I did that for probably like a week. And I was like, man, let me go ahead and just write until I feel like stopping. In my mind, I'm doing it for like 2 minutes. And then when you start doing that, it's like, bro, I can do it for more. Like, why am I just stopping at 2 minutes? And now it's turned into an everyday routine, a daily habit for me. I go into my office every day and I write my journal before I do anything. Then I open up my book and I read a chapter of my book. And if I had, like, myself, probably like 2-3 months ago, would not be doing that. And it's crazy because it's the power of the 2-minute rule. If you want to start something, start doing a new habit, do the 2-minute rule. That is the best thing that I can ever tell somebody. Do something for 2 minutes each and every day. If you're trying to change something, if you're trying to change a habit in your life, do it for 2 minutes each day. And you're going to do that for probably, I say, on my personal opinion, I'm not no scientist, nothing. You do a certain habit you're trying to change or do something new for 2 minutes, probably for like 5 days, you're going to get into a flow like, dang, I can do this for longer and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. Well, let me try a little longer. Let me go like 4 minutes. Let me go like 5 minutes. You're going to keep building. You're going to get to a point where you're going to be like, dang, I'm doing this for so long and I never thought I'd do something like this. But the 2-minute rule is really powerful. And I think it's really something that's slept on in this book. The 2-minute rule has changed my life in so many ways. I'm trying to think the last point that I want to give y'all. It's probably what I talked about in the last video. But the ultimate, what determines failure is boredom. That's how a lot of people fail. When they're doing something new, they're doing something they haven't done, is they get bored with it and they stop. And it was really powerful to me because, like, I feel like I can directly correlate this with YouTube. Like, sometimes I'll get bored posting videos, but like, I wouldn't say I can relate this to YouTube, but I don't know. Like, it's some things, oh, no. I can relate this to running. Running is like terrible. Like, sometimes I'll get in spurts, so I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm finna run, I'm get real motivated. I'll go run for 2 days. And I think it's really because that jump be hurting, but it's like I get bored with it. It's like, bro, I'm not doing this. This is not doing nothing. But me reading this book, it's like, bro, that's the point. That's how people separate themselves from being great and being average. It's doing the boring things over and over with and falling in love with the boredom. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what I'm doing with these YouTube videos, but these are really boring to me. It's like, bro, I like talking to a camera, giving game, and putting my thoughts, my voice out there to hopefully help somebody else and affect their lives. But all in all, fall in love with the bored things, bro. Because at some point in time, you're going to do something, and it's going to start off as a fun habit that you really fall in love with. Like, dang, this is fun. And it's going to get to a point where either you're not going to see the results or it's going to get really boring. You're going to be like, bro, I need to stop this. Like, I'm not seeing the results of my labor. What I'm putting out I'm not getting nothing out of it. But you have to keep going. That's the whole point. Hold on, my mom's calling me. I'm gonna decline because I'm making this video. But the boredom, that's what you have to fall in love with. That's what separates you from your competition. If you can apply this to your life and apply all of these things in your life and think about all the 4 things I talked about in your life and do it for 6 months. Actually, do it for 3 because 6 months is a long time. That's the journey I'm on. I'm trying to do a 6-month journey of just consistency. And I'm doing pretty good right now, by the way, but keep delayed gratification in your mind for 3 months. Do the 2-minute rule for 3 months. Think about falling in love with being bored, and also think about your environment. Think about your environment for 3 months. Actually, don't even do that for 3 months. Do it for a month. Do it for a month and see how much you change. That's my challenge to you. Whoever's watching this video, do those 4 things for a whole month and see how much your life changed. I guarantee you'll be a completely different person just in a month. A month. If you can't do something for a month each and every day from it, that's 30 days, bro. Do a new habit for 2 minutes for 30 days and see how much your life changed. Change your environment for a month, 30 days, and see how much your life changed. Keep in your mind about delayed gratification and how you shouldn't expect things to come at once for 30 days. Come on, bro. I'm trying to think about my last one was just do it for 30 days. If you do it for 30 days, imagine how much your life will change. Imagine how much your life will change. 4 things I've talked about in this video, do it for 30 days and see how much your life changed. But that's my conclusion on the whole Atomic Habits book. I know y'all probably tired of hearing about this book, but it was a life-changing book for me. And if y'all haven't figured out right now, bro, you need to go get that book and read it and really take notes, annotate, highlight all that, because you can just flip back in the book and be like, dang, this is really powerful. But I appreciate y'all for watching this whole series, man. We done with it. We about to get some more content going, some more fire content on the way, bro. And hey, I'm gone. I hope y'all enjoyed this video too, man. Like, comment, subscribe. If you made it this far, put 7 in the comment section. But I'm gone.